I just got done watching Spoiler Alert. This is the story of Michael and Kit, who their relationship takes a tragic turn when Kit is diagnosed with terminal cancer. Directed by Michael Showalter, who's directed films like The Big Sick, which I am a major fan of, and starring the likes of Jim Parsons, Ben Aldridge, and many more. I didn't know what to think about this movie. Now, I'm going to tell you right now. The poster I'm going to show you on the screen says, "Celebrate the holidays with the one movie that will move you like no other." And it's a Christmas movie. Like, you see Christmas, you see that. I did not watch the trailer for this, so again, that's probably my fault for this. I just try not to watch trailers when I don't need to. So the genre was a comedy and a drama. And I knew that it had a cancer storyline to it. But I saw the director of The Big Sick was doing this, so I'm like, okay, like, well, it can't be that sad, right? Whew. This is one of the biggest surprises of the back half of this year. Not only for the fact that this movie is honestly great, but it's really emotional. And I cried a lot. In fact, this movie fucked me up. I am very curious to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as well as comment down below your guys' thoughts, because that's my favorite thing to do. Did you want to see this movie? Did you not? Did I intrigue you a little bit more? Let's talk about it down below. And first off, the one thing I do want to talk about first in this movie is the performances. And the reason I want to start out with this is because Jim Parsons is someone that I grew up watching Big Bang Theory. That's really much what I've known him for. I've seen him in countless other things, but he's never really grabbed my attention, whether it was a leading role or a side role. Other than Big Bang Theory, that's really all I've ever cared for him in. And seeing that he was going to be the lead in this, I did not know how to feel on that, but the same thing I said earlier with Bros this year with Billy Eichner, I did not know how I was going to feel with Billy being the main actor, and I was really surprised with that. And while Billy brought a great comedic sense to that, Jim Parsons is the heart and soul of this movie. His performance in here is fantastic, and I was genuinely shocked that he can lead a movie. Like, and that's just judging a book by its cover and going off what I've seen in the past, but he gives an all-star performance in here, and bravo, like a standing ovation to that. I was very emotionally riveted by his performance and his character, and I completely forgot that this was Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. Like, I got right into his character of Michael, and going hand in hand with that is Ben Aldridge, who plays Kit, his lover, and their relationship in here. Very authentic, very real. And it's funny, right after I watched this movie, I I called my fiance and I said, "You are never allowed to die on me. You are never allowed to die on me." And I very much saw that their relationship, like, I felt so intertwined with it, but also at the same time very engaged with it, because it felt so relatable. And I love when a romance like that can blossom in any sort of movie and you can feel that realism. I've seen so many movies where I didn't, like, I'll watch a couple and I'm like, yeah, they're cute and all, but I just don't believe in that. But when you can get a romance down in a movie like that, that's when the movie really works. And Spoiler Alert hinges on that amazing relationship. Their chemistry is firing on all cylinders, and that's actually the one thing I was actually quite surprised to see Michael, the director of this, do, is keep this movie in the realism of it all. And I actually found that to be the most beautiful part about this movie, because it would have been very easy to throw in a lot more jokes and a lot more humor, but it takes it all in a very serious manner, which I think is the best way to take it. But at the same time of taking that serious realism manner, there is humor knitted throughout it in an important manner that dissects the humor in some of the worst of tragedies and even romances, and again, completely believable. Now, there is one thing that I actually think worked on here, but as I was talking with other critics, some of them did not like this. There's this kind of sitcom aspect to certain things when it flashes back to Jim Parsons' past. For me, it worked, and I'll just say that for me it worked, but I can see it not working for others. This isn't a con or a pro, it's just more of something that I like the aesthetic of this movie. And I found this movie to be surprising because it just is a very simple and sweet film that gives you a straight emotion that makes you want to hug your loved ones and just tell them that you love them. And sometimes that's all you need during Christmas time. And for me to see the importance of Christmas kind of in here to one of the main characters, as well as just certain obsessions and love and loving someone for who they are. Spoiler alert really tackles a lot of those themes, and again, I found this to be a very simple movie that you'd have to be a freaking Scrooge to not like it. I think that's where I kind of went as far to say, like, when I got down to my cons, I guess the only con I had was the fact that it made me, like, cry a lot. Like, I was very emotionally wrapped in this, and I was tapping and, like, holding my palm very, like, I'm kind of speechless at the way that it kind of made me feel. I was not expecting that. I was expecting to watch this and not knowing the story at all. It really took me for an emotional ride. And if you are in a relationship or have someone in your life that you really love, this is going to be a movie that kind of affects you in quite a few ways that I was not expecting. I just want to go as far as say I don't have much more to say on spoiler alert other than just go see it. It's a movie that truly lives in the realistic and realism world of a drama of what happens when a cancerous disease could truly break up someone. And the fact that this movie really touches and actually builds up the relationship made me even care more about it. The only nitpick I could truly give this movie is Jim Parsons' character is a TV writer. He's a TV journalist. Some of the aspects they talk about within the TV, I actually think would have fit better if they made him like a movie critic or a movie journalist, to be honest. I understand the aesthetic of making it TV, and I understand it's based on a book, but I actually think that's where maybe this film could have worked better as a miniseries. I would have loved to have seen this on like a Netflix or a Hulu or an HBO Max, a 10-episode series dissecting this entire love story, giving us 10 hours with these characters. But just as Jim Parsons says in here, at one point in time, that sometimes your favorite TV show just kind of goes away and your favorite characters go away. And I think that's something to kind of just relate to in this. And the final few moments of this entire movie is truly special and touching. So with all that said, I'm going to give, spoiler alert, a B+. Again, I was quite surprised by this one. I didn't have much to say. Like, I just genuinely this is one of those movies that I watched and I'm going to say, just go see it. Like, just go see it. On a sweet, emotional drama that has some sprinkles of comedy and really much a realistic love story, this is the one to go see. So again, guys, go see it. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, comment down below, and sorry I'm a little bit of a downer today. This movie really fucked me up. So other than that, guys, thank you so much again, and until next time, stay classy.